Girls doing homework. That's the way to go. Okay, you could let people queue multiple commands in a line. Yeah, but then I'd need to, like, decide how much of a delay before executing them, and then what order to execute them in, and such like that. It could work, though. I'll think about it. I'll add it to my notes. Consider queue. Queue is a funny word. I love how you spell it. Queuing multiple commands per message. Okay. Oh, I was listening to this channel. Guess I need to close that tab. Sorry about that. But it's just like, you know, silence sometimes it gets to me if I have it. So I need a bit of a, you know. What am I googling here? Twitch. Chat. What am I googling for this? What's the message? Identical to previous one. Allowing identical chat messages. Hooray! Yeah, that's what I want. There is no way to turn it off. So many interactive channels will do something like forward 5 to count as 5 executions as the forward command. Yeah, okay. See, this is something I probably could have done with knowing before I designed a game like this, but yeah. Did people retire, or is it broken? Why is it showing that ancient chat from before? Join Riddlers. Yeah, it's actually broken. I don't know what's caused it to seized up there, but it hecka has. Now I'm just typoing. Join Riddlers. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna retire. Wait, I still didn't test whether it disconnected me. Okay, it's 31. God. Like, I've spent all day putting this together, so like I'm probably not really in the right frame of mind to be testing it, but like I was excited. I thought maybe it'll work and maybe it'll be awesome. And if user sends a non-command message, maybe that should be displayed as the speech bubbles in the game. Yeah, I thought of that, but then I forgot, so I should really write that down. Speech bubbles. There we go. Yeah, sorry, Cheryl Gilazea. It's the stream delay is just gonna be there for a bit. I mean, what's the stream delay? Just like I'm gonna do something like this, and then I'll just see how long it takes me to see it on my there. I saw it. So that's maybe like 10-15 seconds. That's not too bad actually. That seems all right. One way to bypass identical messages problem is to use commands like go up, head up, and you can just check where the up is in the message. Yeah. Yeah, that is an option. But then I'll need a more robust parser, and you know, I'm lazy. Like, why can't I just check the first word? In fact, I'm not even doing the right case checks. So if you type up in capital letters, it's probably not going to work. So, oh well. I don't know. What do you think? Is the promise for this, or should I just be like, no, this is not the way to be doing this? I don't know. I did consider as an alternative to like everything goes as soon as the game receives it. Like it has kind of like a round. Like everyone will input their move, and then once everyone's put in the move, then it goes. But I don't know. I feel like that would be kind of slower and kind of more cumbersome even. It's already pretty cumbersome. Yeah, I know how to program it. It's just so much easier to just be like, is the first word up, and that's it. Okay, yeah. The automatic disconnect, it is working. If you it'll time me out, so that's good. That's good. Anyway, I am actually gonna try and score a goal now, without looking at that screen. Let me just bring the keyboard here. Join Riddlers. Boom, boom, boom. And I know where the tile where I join, and I want to go up. 1, 2, 3, up. And then tackle for another 2. Right, tackle. Where's that going to put me? Right, and tackle. Right, tackle. Right, tackle. Kick. I'm guessing that's far enough. Oh yeah, hey, I can see what's happened. I know what's happening in the future. Okay, so if you pay attention to like the tiles, like where you are and like how much you've told it to move. I mean, somebody else could appear in front of you and mess you up, but you can make plays, I guess. Sorry, okay, I'll get out of your way. Yeah, I think it's a fun part of it. It's like playing football by mail. It's a good analogy. I like that. Anyway, I disconnected the power from my laptop whilst I was doing that. Let me fix that. It almost simulates simultaneous hidden actions. Right? I mean, if you're paying attention to everything that's going on in chat, you might be able to follow it, but to do that and type and follow the screen, I think it might be a bit much, so yeah, it does feel like that. Like there's hidden actions. Anyway, nice one! Score! Also, I think I want to put the, like after it resets, when you have a goal, put the players in the middle of the pitch rather than at the side. Don't want it disconnecting me. Was that everything I did? Left, right, up, down, kick, tackle, retire. I mean, I feel like that's all that it needs. Anyway, now that I've made this game, you know, I think it might actually be alright if it was like a local multiplayer thing and everyone was just doing it in real time. But, I don't know. The thing is, I can't actually test local multiplayer games anymore. You know, there was like a period where I would just make loads and loads, and I love making multiplayer games, to be honest. I really do. But, But if I don't have people to test with, then making them, you know, I don't know if they're actually any good or not. So, yeah. And I figured I might be able to make kind of an online multiplayer thing that wouldn't be too difficult by using, you know, Twitch chat. I thought, yeah, I'm gonna give that a shot, because you know, it's relatively easy networking. But does it support dribble? Yeah, just keep moving and the ball will carry along with you. You can also tackle whilst you have the ball, and it'll slide the ball. Like, and if you tackle, you can tackle like through a person and carry the ball along with you. So like there's advanced strats that you can use like that. If I possess the ball, can I just take it with me without kicking? Yeah. Score. Yeah, what is the thing? You can also score an own goal if you want. Like, the only difference between the two teams are what colour outfit you're wearing and where you spawn. That's the only difference between the two. You know, like that's where you can tackle your own teammates and past enemy team and stuff. Yeah, like this might be better as a local multiplayer game, I don't know, but I really wanted to make a Twitch game, so here it is. Some wonky prototype that, like, after a bunch of testing I already have a fuckload of notes. Blah! And I wish I'd known about the Twitch preventing simultaneous messages. Like, I'm not sure I would have made a design like this if I knew about that. Yeah, there's also this weird thing with the display in the top right there. I mean, it's not affecting the game, but it's not displaying the most recent messages. You joined, Clairol. Are you gonna play? Do you plan to stream while making a Unity game, similar to how you did with Frogger? I learnt a lot with Frogger, but I prefer learning Unity than Pico 8. I do stream Unity game development sometimes. In fact, I'm planning on doing some chess streaming, although there probably won't be much programming in that. I don't know. The thing is, I do it sometimes, but pretty rarely, and the thing is, Unity games take a lot longer to make, and just the 3D nature, generally. And I like to have, you know, 3D assets to test with, like these little football dudes that are here. Like, I decided, yeah, I'm gonna make them so that I can have them animate and whatnot. And so, like, I made those today as well as doing everything else. Like, I've probably worked on this the same amount of time that I did for Frogger, not counting all of the Twitch chat integration. And it's like if you've seen the Frogger walkthrough, I kind of took a break every couple of hours and just like thought, no, that's enough for now. But for this, like, for Unity work, if I do that, I kind of lose all my momentum. I need to do it in huge, big chunks all at once. And also I find some of the problems give me kind of a bit more of a headache, and I don't like I don't like people watching me whilst I'm stuck trying to solve a maths problem or stuff. Hey Yuli! Is there an existing Twitch bot component for Unity, or did you make your own IRC bot? Is actually a really easy thing. I googled something like Twitch chat Unity, something like that, and there was a YouTube tutorial, and it's just like 5 minutes long YouTube tutorial, and it's ridiculously simple to get Twitch chat into your game, like really, really simple. So yeah. Join Twisters. That should have let you join. Oh, the stream's the chat's disconnected again. Hang on a second. I'm not sure why it does that. It really has disconnected, hasn't it? Let me just give it a try. Join Riddlers. Yeah, it's absolutely disconnected. I'm gonna need to fix that. Like it's in let me just check this. Hello, here twitchchat.cs. If not twitch client.connected, connect. So it should be doing it, but obviously it's not. So okay, you should be able to join now. Let me just check that. Yep, that works. So I'm going to need to check that. I'm running out of room to write notes. See, I've been writing notes on this piece of paper for like a year now, maybe 2. Update view must be happening. Okay, so this is like my board game roguelike notes. And what else have we got? Yeah, this is for freelance project for something else. A to-do list with everything checked off apart from dust/clean room and mirror. I think I must have done that sometime. Like, the mirror doesn't look too bad. I think we're alright. If more out of memory, remove colliders tables. I have no idea what that's referring to. Did you ever look at like notes from old projects and stuff and just wonder what the fuck? Change real/normalized position names. Sure, I'll make sure to do that. I wrote my own Twitch bot this week. It's fairly simple, save for IRC being a bit weird as a protocol. It really is, right? But yeah. As someone who is just breaking into hobby game dev, do you recommend Pico 8 or Unity? I like the idea of Pico 8, but 128 by 128 games aren't very impressive for friends in this day and age. Also, if I'm investing the time to learn anyway, isn't it better to spend time on Unity than Pico 8? The thing is, I would just work on whatever suits you best. And the thing is, if you're learning, you are like, unless your friends are fairly understanding, they're not gonna like the look of anything that you see. Like, I mean, your beginner Unity stuff is gonna be boxes and capsules, and they're not gonna even be textured. It's gonna, you know, you're gonna make ugly stuff to start out with, whatever tool you use. Even like if you pull like some high-end Unreal stuff and a bunch of stuff off the asset, like off an asset store or whatever, everyone's first games are ugly as ass. This is just the rule of how it is when you get started. Hey Sultanis. So yeah, like as for which one is I would recommend, just whichever one feels best for you. Unity is kind of more object oriented. You know, you make a game object, the object has its own script and behaviors and components and like stuff like that. Whereas Pico 8, like it's Lua programming, so like that's technically object oriented code. But you're doing all of the drawing yourself. Like you decide what an object looks like in code, and like how it gets drawn, and what order things get drawn in, and all of this stuff. Whereas Unity kind of skips a lot of that because it's kind of necessary if you're doing a 3D game. Otherwise you're just spending a lot of time, you know, rehashing stuff that other people have already coded. Are the commands case sensitive? They are. Sorry about that. Yeah. And it doesn't allow stuff. You know what, Yuli, I'll wait till you've just like finished messing around. Once like nobody's playing again, I'll simplify the command input so that you can say just like L and left and alternate them and make it to lowercase and you know that stuff, all of that stuff. Can confirm my current project is ugly as sin. Okay. I mean, this is my current project, and I've been making games for a long time. That's all I'm gonna say. A very long time. But then again, for a day's work, this isn't bad. Oh, a pass! A pass! Could do Twitch plays Pokemon thing with Command N. Yeah, I would. That has been suggested. Oh my God, you're playing pass with each other. That's adorable. Yeah, it has been suggested, and I will think about that, like a command queue. But that is not something I can probably code quickly, like just in the stream right now. Especially because it's getting late and I'm going to go to bed soon, to be honest. Thanks for your thoughts. What do you think about Love 2D? I've never actually played it. People have been, I've heard good things about it for literally years now, so it's probably good. But yeah, my advice applies. Just try what you can, and whatever works best for you, stick with it until it stops working for you, and then try something else, you know? Anarchy/democracy. That's a Pokemon thing, right? A Twitch plays Pokemon thing? I don't know. Ugh. Well, I don't know. I feel like this is something for a day's work, right? This is. I don't know, because like this morning I was feeling like, ugh, I've only released one game this month. My patrons are gonna hate me. Like, feeling as though I'm super unproductive, and I'm just like, you know, people are wasting money on me. And I mean, maybe this game isn't that great, but at least it gets rid of that feeling, so that's good. It's pretty great. Oh, thank you. Only one game, she says. I mean, yeah, I mean, I didn't release any games in February. Can you believe that? No games. But, to be honest, I am feeling pretty good about myself. Like, before I started the Patreon, I was, like, averaging, like, 1 or 2 games a year, which was way below where I used to be. Like, I used to be ridiculously prolific with my game dev. Like, did you know I made 16 games in one weekend once? 16 games in one weekend. I mean, I'm not quite there yet, like, but I've released what, 8 or 9 games since I started my Patreon. Like, it's just really kind of taken a bunch of stress out, because like I know I'm at least gonna have some kind of income, and it's let me focus on just making games again, even if they're a bit trashy. But they're actually kind of better than, a bit more polished than a lot of my older games that I released. So yeah, I'm feeling good. Tackle! Oh, what a steal! Go on, Clairol. You got to do the run in. Take it all the way there. Do you have any tips for beginner game ideas? I want to build something unique so that I remain motivated. Simple and small. Like, that is my advice for beginners and more experienced people. But for beginners, I would say even simpler and even smaller. Like, staying motivated, part of it is just not having a lot that you need to do. Like, looking at a project and seeing, oh shit, I've got like, you know, like once you get started and you've done a bit of things, and you kind of see how long the rest is going to take from that. And if you work it out and it's like you've got months and months of work, it can kind of be disheartening. So you really want to go hecka simple. Like, I mean, like this game is a pretty good example. I think this is, you know, it's you just move. There's tiles. This game could have been 2D, and yeah. But it like I wouldn't worry too much about stuff that's unique to start with. I mean, if that's what motivates you, then go for it. But unique stuff is usually bad, to be honest. I mean, I don't mean that, but also I kind of do, if you know what I mean. How do I explain it? I'm having difficulty explaining myself because I'm a bit tired. And by a bit tired, I mean a lot tired. Okay, right, so, unique stuff. It often comes out in game design just as gimmicks. And gimmicks can be ridiculously cool and interesting from a game design standpoint, but it's also the kind of thing like a song with like a really catchy kind of you know, just something like that. But when you're making a game or making a song, you've got to hear that bit over and over and over again, and you've got to look at it from every possible angle. And is your unique thing that interesting after being so thoroughly examined and destroyed? Like, yeah. So I tend to stick rather with like, sometimes I'll have like an idea and I think, oh yeah, that's really unique and interesting. I'll kind of explore that. But to be honest, the point is, oh, the game's already disconnected. Has it disconnected? Yeah, it's not listening to you, Kane. Sorry. I'll reset that. I'm not sure if that's a timer thing or something else, but you should be able to join again now. Oh goodness, this cushion. Yeah, the things that that I would recommend is just find what is fun in your game, like in the thing that you're making. And it doesn't have to be an aspect of the game itself. It might be something about programming it. You might like really enjoy just like doing some random bit of like number math or playing with an array or something. And if you're having fun, just like that's the stuff that's going to get you to the end of the project, I find. See if I've missed any chat. And then even more simple and even more small. Exactly, yeah. I mean, you've really got to scope the thing down, especially when you're just starting out, because you really, like nobody really has an idea of how big a project is until they're in the thick of it, and that's true for like experienced developers, and it's more true for beginners. You know, like it used to be kind of a joke among game developer circles that, you know, someone would drop into chat or something and it's like, hey, so I want to make an MMORPG, or maybe just an RPG, and even then it's like their ideas are just, no, that's not going to happen. You're not gonna be able to do that. And I was like, oh no, but I know an awesome programmer, and I've got an artists and animators, and it's like, no, like really, I mean, you know, you're trying to do something that experienced folk with a salary are doing, and it takes them like 5 or 6 years to do, you know. But I mean, I'm not assuming you're like that, but the thing is, you'll still have these blind spots for what you think might take very little time to do, or the worst thing is, you know, things you won't consider. Like user interface, the, you know, menus and stuff. Like, I find that is just such a freaking chore to work on. It's something that always slows me down. So like I try to avoid it with my games wherever possible. But yeah, when I was starting out, I figured, oh no, menus are going to be really simple. I mean, it's just some text boxes and you like move a little cursor around and that you'll be done. But actually programming it and letting it like load everything in the inventory and letting it align and having it scale to different resolutions, and that's before you even start worrying about languages and you know, whether text is localized, and oh god, just thinking about it, I wanna pass out. Also shoutouts to Sorting Hat. Oh yeah, Sorting Hat is great. Sorting Hat is really good. You missed all the chat. Hey Ben, what chat did I miss? Even when you are doing this for a living, you're going to stumble over things with even your simple ideas. Yeah, I mean, like I say, it happens to experienced developers all the time. Like, the main difference between a beginner and an experienced developer is just the experienced developer has experience solving problems. Like, they know how to solve problems rather than just knowing how to avoid them. Like, I mean, they might remember some problems and be able to sidestep a couple, but everybody's going to slam into like, wait, how did you do this? And the difference is, the longer you've been making games, the faster you are with the process of, right, okay, I'll figure out how I do this. Yeah. The lot in life of a game dev, yeah. Me hides multiplayer game code from Sophie in shame. That's fine, Yuli. Nobody's proud of the multiplayer game code. Nobody. Okay, wait, there's probably somebody really proud of it, like they've put it on the asset stuff for like $200 or something, like, this is even better than Unity's networking code. And fucking smart-ass bastards. Jealous. I'm jealous! I'm jealous of people who write good networking code. The experienced dev knows how to Google / Stack Overflow their problem. Yeah, I mean, just knowing the right, you know, phrasing to narrow in so that you reduce the number of Googles that you have to do. And especially doing it, like, for me, because I don't recognize, like, if it's a mathy problem, I don't understand maths notation, that like if I Google linear interpolation or something, because like, oh shit, I can't remember how to write a linear interpolation function. Like, if I Google it and I'm not careful, I'm just gonna get Wikipedia articles with maths notation and like just random stuff that I don't understand. but like if you Google linear interpolation function source code, stuff like that, you'll see something that some pseudocode that's like really simple, and she's like, oh yeah, of course, well that's how that works. So it's stuff like that. You kind of get used to avoiding pitfalls. You're avoiding potfalls, you know, where all of the pots fall. Worst job to get. Port a Japanese game's text layout engine to Western languages. Yeah, like that's something I don't even want to experience. Like I can just imagine that there's problems there. And if I can imagine problems, then the problems are at least 10 times worse because the stuff that I don't know about. Georgian, run away. I'm proud of the stuff I did that was multiplayer, but mainly because of the time constraints I had to work to get it right. Me too, actually. Like I'm really happy with a game I made for one of the 7-day FPS jams, where like it was an online multiplayer shooter with like death matches and stuff, and I was kind of shocked that I could get that working in a week. Couldn't fix it up now, I don't think, but I did in the past, and that's what counts. I you know, I'm capable. Tries to make their ProcGen stuff work under the builder pattern. I don't know what that is, but okay. Best of luck. Oh Christ, yeah, Wikipedia is the worst for telling you mathematics principles. I mean, I feel like I should probably just like work my way through Khan Academy and learn all of the fancy notation and stuff. Like every like once a year or so I'll like decide, yeah, I'm totally gonna do that. And then I'll just like get through basic division and I'm just like, shit, I just realized I don't understand division. And it's just like, you know, I am a bad mathematician, so like the thing is, like, if they explain stuff in code, I can totally see what's happening. Oh, that number's getting bigger there, and that's getting bigger relative to that, and you know that's the kind of stuff I can totally get. Why bother with maths notation when you've got code? Code is readable. Well, Japanese basically has no text layout, so that port really means tearing out all that code and writing your own. Up left. Sorry, Kane, you can't queue commands. It's one per line. Just call me a professional Googler. Also, Eorzea has missed you. I know, Kane. I know. I've missed Eorzea too, to be honest. Maybe I'll get back to my Final Fantasy XIV streams before too long. I've written a few UI frameworks, so I know where that has its pitfalls. That's cool. That's cool. Ooh, how does this work? Oh, hey, Nicholas! The instructions are on the screen. Like, I don't know what you're asking about. Although there is, like, I should warn you that Twitch itself doesn't let you send multiple exact commands. So, like, if you want to go left twice in a row, you've got to say left and, like, then left space and then just something else and just mess it up or just mix it up. I don't know. I didn't know about that when I was programming it, so you know, we learn. We live and learn. Oh man, Sophie, I was going to tell you about that super dull stuff I had to do on Saturday. Ben, tell me about the super dull stuff you had to do on Saturday. Kane, quick! Move left and kick the ball before Nicholas gets it. It's 0-0. You can take the lead. Sorry. One input per text line as well. It's like, I'm sorry, I didn't think that far ahead to have multiple inputs per, what's it, like, I've made notes, like, the next version, I'll probably fix this up tomorrow. Or I'll decide that I hate it and oh, you just passed it, Kane, you just passed it, tackle, then kick. I'm falling behind on chat because you're all giving game commands. Networking was new to me. Yeah. Well, it's good that you got it. Twitch delay. Sorry, Kane. It should only be like 15 seconds. It was 15 seconds before. I had to look at my uncle's Twitter followers to see which ones had unfollowed and unfollow them back. Oh my god. Wow. That's something. Okay. Ben, I've changed my mind. I don't want to hear about your Saturday. What do you think would be the hardest thing for a beginner to make a game like Celeste? I have not actually played the full Celeste game yet. I've played the Pico 8 version, in which case collision, platforming code. I mean, collision is the most important one, so you don't fall through walls, and you know, it knows when you're on the ground, so that if you press the jump button, it does a jump, but not if you're not on the ground. Also, Celeste has a bunch of really fancy particle effects and stuff, which requires juggling kind of arrays and things, which is took me a while to learn how to work with arrays when I was programming, because I didn't know how to do loops and stuff when I first. Oh my god! Now I'm remembering all of the my trials when I was first learning how to code, because I was teaching myself, and without the internet. I was teaching myself how to code without the internet. It was I don't want to talk about it. Celeste is awesome. So I hear. I really do want to try it out, but you know how it is. Like I've got to save my money so that I can buy food from time to time. Oh, the person isn't moving. I'm sorry. It gets disconnected from chat sometimes. It's a bug. I've got to look into it. I'm not sure why that happens either. Like, there's no output in the log or anything. You should be able to rejoin, but it resets the score when it does. So I'm sorry about that. There's really nothing I can do about it right now. Following back is such a broken idea. Yeah, like it seems like really petty to unfollow people just because they unfollow you. Like, if someone doesn't want to hear from me, that's fine, but that, like, whether I want to hear from them, that's something different entirely. Player movement. Getting that crunchy is always fun. Yeah, I mean, getting it working is like a big hurdle for if you're new, and then getting it like feeling really, just like tuning it so that it feels really good. That's the real, like, when you start working on that, that's when you know that you're like, I mean, it's impossible not to get hooked on game development once you start doing stuff like that, because it's good. It's good stuff to work on. It can get tricky, and knowing like the best ways to do it is going to take you time to pick that up, but it's good stuff when you get into it. You may also have to do some simple vector math for moving characters as well. Yeah, that is a thing sometimes, although, to be honest, I tend to get... I'll just move my mouse there, sorry about that. I tend to get around vector math problems by just separating it out. Like, it's not vectors, I've just got, oh, I'm moving left or right, and I'm moving up or down, you know, like, there's, like, a lot of my platformers, there's no horizontal forces or anything, or there's no... Pardon me, there's no like drag, you know, like if I'm jumping and moving to the side at the same time, I'm not like checking how fast are you going there and drag back that way or anything like that. I'm just like, okay, you can't move horizontally more than this, and you can't move up or down more than this, and you know, they're just separate things. It's a simpler way of looking at it, and it's, you know, it works. I want to do some Twitch API stuff at some point. Cool. I don't think I'm doing anything with the Twitch API right now. I am literally just looking at the chat. That's all I'm doing. There might be stuff I could do with subscriptions and stuff. And like I mentioned on Twitter yesterday, that I've got this idea for like a virtual streamer, like an AI character who streams games and stuff. And like it might be cool if they could know when someone subscribed or something, so they could say, hey, thanks, and stuff like that. So I probably should be looking into it if I'm going to do something like that. What are you using to hook it in, Sophie? If you're playing now, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna show you the class for it. Yeah, this is my Twitch chat class. And I just like for this I just googled Twitch chat Unity and maybe C#, something like that. And there's a YouTube tutorial that's like 5 minutes long, and it's really simple. And yeah, but it's just using, you know, system sockets and stuff, just stream writer, stream reader, and like this, you know, just like, hey, password, username, log in, and then just, you know, read the chat, boop boop boop. It's there's really not much to it. Yeah, someone's bio saying I follow back is a warning flag to me. Yeah. I don't know. It seems also kind of, I don't want to say immature, but it does seem kind of immature if, like, if you're on Twitter to get followers, it seems like, what's the point? Like, you know. But then again, like, I'm kind of, like, privileged when it comes to followers. Like, I've been on Twitter for, God, maybe a decade or some shit like that. And, you know, I've picked up followers along the way, so I guess maybe it's not an issue for me. Maybe I should just keep my mouth shut, but I feel like just doing it, just being there to seek out followers is kind of pointless. Especially if like I've come to the point where like I kind of need to curate who's following me and like who comments, like if somebody's frequently dropping into my mentions and just being like contrary or just mansplaining or whatever, like I'll at the very least I'll soft block them. And yeah, and if you're just like always like trying to gain followers, you're only gonna get a bunch of trash alongside, you know, people that you want to talk with. So yeah. Okay, there's so much chat I've got to catch up on. Handmade Hero is pretty comprehensive resource for low-level game dev. Also, I've not heard of that. Is that like a series of tutorials, or somebody's opened the source on a game or something like that? Depends on the game. For top-down shooters, I needed it for shots. Oh yeah, okay, for vector math and stuff. But it's the same 4 or so equations. Yeah, there's like only like a handful of kind of mathy functions. Nice one, Kane! Score! The crowd goes wild. Yay! Like distance between 2 points, whether your opponent is within firing angle. Yeah, all that stuff. I appreciate when libraries already have that stuff built in as well. Humble Bundle. Oh, AI, artificial intelligence, real knowledge. That's just like that's the phoniest sounding stuff ever. It's like, do you want to know real artificial intelligence stuff? Like, I don't know. Machine learning. Implement AI. Like, I have like no interest in machine learning, honestly. Like, I mean, I kind of get the basics of it and just like, nah, thanks, but like, I'd rather kind of just do some directed stuff rather than I mean, I know machine learning can be directed, but still though. I know when it comes to procedural stuff, I still like to be pretty authored and that. Besides, who could be asked spending all that time training a computer to do something that's going to be kind of just, you know, you could get an authored AI to do it just as well. Like, give me an actual intelligence, and I'll happily teach them because I love kids. But just machine learning. God, this is almost entirely machine learning, deep learning. Yeah, like that's I don't know. I'm sure there's a bunch of people who would be really interested in that bundle of books. But I am not one of them. But thanks for thinking of me anyway, Ben. Where are we at? Soap is part of the Twitter bourgeois. Yeah, am I? Like, I feel like if we're going by follower counts, I'm like basically Twitter middle class, right? Because it goes like your follower counts are like people with like 500 followers, then it goes like kind of 10 to 20k, and then from there on it's like 100k plus for the super followers, super popular people. I don't know. Handmade Hero. It's C++ and very close to the metal. That sounds awesome. Close to the metal. Wow. Following back tells me they're more interested in their follower count, yeah, and gaming the system than in having meaningful conversations. Exactly. That's my thinking too. I enjoyed using it in my algorithmic music. You used machine learning in your music for, oh fuck, what was the name of your game? Oh my god, I feel really bad now. I've totally forgotten it. And I loved it too. It used to be called, like, The Room or something like that, but you changed the name. Ernog. That's what it is. Ernog. Right. I love that game. I should stream that sometime. So that was machine learning music? I didn't know. I thought you just kind of programmed some you know, like some algorithm for it. But that's cool. It's my go-to. I have insomnia and I am bored resource. Okay. My go-to I have insomnia and I am bored resource is just trashy manga. Like, I couldn't be doing with programming stuff when I'm trying to sleep. Like, it just makes it worse. I mean, that's why, like, I'm just writing notes down here rather than digging into OneNodevelop and changing any code for issues that have been reported. So, yeah. Because I'm going to bed soon. God, I really need to catch up on chat. Okay. I enjoyed using it in my algorithmic music. I already read that. Okay. Classic Mac OS had angle to point and point to angle. That's so nice. I'm so pissed when Mac OS X didn't have those anymore. Yeah, it's really weird when you move from like one from when you've got like these APIs available and then suddenly the functions that you use aren't there. But on the plus side, like, that is kind of how I learnt how linear interpolation works and stuff like that, you know. I used to just use vector3.lerp and like not really think about it, just like, oh, it's gonna make one thing go closer to another and that's fine. But you know, now I really understand it, I can use it for more interesting stuff, so yeah. I'm reading them to see if new game ideas come out of it. Oh, okay, well that's legit. If you're just like looking for inspiration in different places, that's really cool. No idea how I'd use it in another context though. Yeah, like when it comes to game AI, I just don't know how useful machine learning actually could be. Like, I feel like you'd really need something that is actually thinking through processes and stuff, rather than you know, trying to follow its idea of what a pattern could be or something like that. Have you ever heard of Bucketbot? I haven't. No. Hey, Amon. I'm Twitter homeless, apparently. Aw, Kane. Kane. 2-digit misery. 2 digits fine. The thing is, like, if the people that are following you, you're friendly with them, that's cool. And the thing is, I know that I'm not following you myself, but like I like, you know, the interactions we do have. I just, like, I'm following 300 people, and that's already kind of too much for me to keep up with. Like, every time I wake up in the morning, I've got to spend like half an hour or so catching up on everything, which yeah, and some days it's just really depressing, to be honest. So like I kind of need to what's the word? Moderate? No. Curate. There we go. I need to curate who I'm following and stuff pretty closely. Populous people. Ah, oh, alliteration. Okay. 1.2k. I'm the true middle class. Sophie is moderately rich. Yeah, okay, fine. I mean, that's the thing, is like everyone always tries to act like they're a bit poorer than they are, so that they like don't have to deal with the scorn of people who have got to struggle a bit more. So yeah, I'm probably a bit richer than I think I am when it comes to Twitter followers. Ernog, yeah, Ernog. Only Ernog Unlimited used neural networks for 3 of the game's areas. Oh, so not all of them? You're like selective. That's cool. I need to steal your notes at some point then, Nicholas. I keep kicking around a dumb idea for doing a game that would need that kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, I think, Nicholas, didn't you make the tool available for that you used for the music? The humble version, which lacks the boss battles and train level, didn't use any machine learning though. Okay. I gotta go. Oh, thanks for dropping by, Ben. Machine learning is just nonlinear interpolation. Okay, in my head, like right now, that kind of makes sense, but I don't know if that actually makes sense. So, oh wow, the game's disconnected again. Yeah, so I'm just so tired. I can't think about that too much. Yeah, the 400 I follow is a bit much. Bucketbot was a chat AI that the unwashed garbage of 4chan found back in 2007, and they mutated it into a psychotic, belligerent piece of hot, powerful garbage. It was awful, it was beautiful. It sounds kind of appealing, but also at the same time, very unappealing. I did make the tool available. Got to dig out the URL again. Holy shit, speak of the devil. Look what just showed up in my Twitter feed. I'm clicking the link. I'm looking at the link. This week's indie pick is the... Oh, hey! Hey, look at that! That's a really good game. I recommend it. I've not played it through all the way yet. Like... Shit, Nicholas, I just remembered that, like, I was giving you feedback on that, wasn't I? I was like, I'd filled out, like, a big email of feedback. I was like, I've gotten, like, I think halfway through. I'll finish the rest and get back to you. I never opened it up again. Like, I was really busy with a bunch of other stuff at the time, I think, and I just totally forgot that I was in the middle of playing it. I'm sorry. I am terrible at feedback sometimes. That's why a lot of the time I tend not to like say I'll do it at all. Yeah. Okay. What a good place is to get feedback on game ideas. Oh, I don't know. Like, I mean, there's just thinking about like what kind of feedback I would give on game ideas. Like, in some ways, there's no such thing as bad ideas. But like as a developer, I want to say, you know, you're probably wasting your time with this one, or this one's kind of you know, maybe a bit much, like that you might not be thinking this one through. But otherwise, you know, any idea is good. And even if it's like a really samey idea that, you know, has been done a million times, everyone does their own thing differently, and you'll discover new problems that other people didn't run into, or you'll try and do things like just a different way and it'll turn out different. So, you know, sometimes it's worth, you know, trying to do something that's been done before, even. So, I don't know. Don't try and get feedback on game ideas. Just make a quick prototype and try and get feedback on that instead. As for where to go for that, I have no idea. Honestly, I really don't. Like, again, we're talking about how blessed I am with how many followers I have on Twitter. Like, I have no idea how that happened. Like, I kind of just submitted shit to Ludum Dare back when there was only like 40 people taking part in Ludum Dare. Oh, nice pass! Nice pass! And, you know, when there's only like a handful of games around, like free on the internet, it's relatively easy for somebody to get to notice and like, oh hey, cool, yeah, okay, and give you some feedback. But I honestly have no idea how you would do it now. Probably put it on itch and like get in touch with people who like have an interest in the kind of games that you're making, I guess. Yeah, that's probably the way to go. You know, and just expect like a 95% rate of people just ignoring you because they're too busy, or they just don't want to be playing random games. Like if I played every game that somebody like sent me to say, hey, check out my new game, I really wouldn't have time to do my own work. It's like, it's a sucky situation, but it's kind of a realistic thing. Like, sometimes you just got to kind of ignore people, unfortunately. Which like I do feel guilty about, but I'd feel more guilty if I spent all of my time just playing other people's games and not making my own. So instead I just spend like most of my time playing freaking, you know, the same old 15-year-old games. Where am I up to in chat? I also have a game I should play it and give feedback on. There's always one, isn't there? Like, I tend to do it just for friends and people I know are kind of stuff, and also like if there's someone I've helped out a bit in the past, like I'm more than happy to like if somebody says, like, drops me an email and it's like, Sophie, how would you go about this? And like, you know, if there's somebody I've chatted to a few times, there's, you know, that they've listened to my advice and then they've gone and made something of their own, I'm gonna be curious, like, how did they do? Like I want to help them out some more, you know. God, am I a mentor? Like, that's weird. Bucketbot was a cautionary tale in the form of AI for anyone who spends too much time on 4chan. Okay. They turn into incomprehensibly terrible creatures from which there is no reasoning with. Like, you're just describing 4chan, like, it's just, you just need to say 4chan. TIG source, maybe. Oh shit, Tick Source, is that still going? Holy fuck. I just don't know. I really just don't know. Like, I spend all of my time on Twitter, and people, like, sometimes say, you know, hey, join our Discord, and, like, I don't do Discord, or what else? There's Facebook groups, and, Google Plus, and Google Wave isn't a thing anymore, is it? Was it called Google Wave? I don't know. Like, I literally, like, it takes all of my power to keep on top of Twitter and my email. Anything more than that is just too much for me. Like, I've tried Mastodon for a while, and sometimes I'll move over to Mastodon for a little bit when Twitter gets a bit much, but yeah. Maybe you should offer paid game feedback sessions. I really don't want to. Like, I would rather people find free resources. Oh, wait, what's this situation? Okay. Yeah, and unless Valkyrian, tackles their way out, then the game was over. But if Valkyrian just, like, didn't do anything, it's not like they could hog the ball there indefinitely. They'd get auto-logged out after 3 minutes of inactivity, so yeah, that's not a design flaw, that's fine. I like the way that you're changing your stuff so it's not identical, Nicholas. I remember Google Wave and Google Buzz. I don't remember Google Buzz. What was Google Buzz? How do I get this thing out of the corner? Yeah, the tackle was the way to go. You could have also kicked the ball just past it to one of the other folks. Like, you could have passed it to Nicholas, he's your teammate, so... What I did for a while when people asked me such questions was write that stuff up on my website in the hope that the next person will find my site instead. Yeah, I mean, that is a thing. These days I tend to kind of just like I've got a pinned tweet that's like a bunch of video game making resources, and I've got kind of like a couple of links that I kind of throw out. Yeah, score! This is about as high scoring as regular football, this game, so that works out. Kick the ball. That would have gone in as an actual kick command. Your character must have done like a little kick when that happened. This is fun. You've got to be on the same tile as the ball to kick it. I've been writing brief on how to make games. Brief lectures on how to make games, but they're more about the mental process of doing it and not the technical stuff. Yeah, like I definitely found when I was younger I didn't have that much of a problem. You're not on the same tile, are you? No. Okay, that's good. I definitely didn't have as much of a problem with the mental side of things, but then, like, as my anxiety started kicking in, and, like, I'm trying to deal with trans shit, and then realizing the world is a lot more stressful when you're not, presenting as male. There's, suddenly the other side of that issue became more of a thing, so I've kind of had to deal with both sides. But I tend to focus on the technical stuff because it's less draining. Like, I can explain you know, random little quirks of like how I make games and stuff. But writing oh shit, is it disconnected? It's absolutely disconnected. Sorry everyone. Wait, is that to do with my mouse going? No, because my mouse is stopping on its own thing. Okay, that should work now. You should be able to join. I'm sorry. Like, it's some bug with my Twitch chat code. Left is the best direction. Is it though? Actually, yeah. Like I've been playing Eternal Ring lately, and every time I come to a crossroads, it's like we're going left. Left is the best option. So yeah, I completely agree. I really like this. Thanks, Nicholas. I didn't really know how it was going to turn out, but I got the Twitch integration kind of working yesterday. And like I was thinking of a game this morning, and I was watching Amon's stream, and I was thinking, you know what, I'm gonna like make it like a football kind of a thing. And yeah, so I'm glad it kind of turned out at least relatively playable. How to make your first game? Well, you got screenshots and everything. Hardcore, man, hardcore. I might check that out later. The Minitude has Twitch voting. I don't know what the Minitude is, but that's cool. I hadn't thought about Twitch voting. Like, I really wanted something with multiple characters, like rather than one character which everyone's controlling or voting on a way that something might go. Like have people in chat like actually have avatars in the game. I thought that might be cool. I don't know. No, it is cool. It is cool. I can own that. This is cool. Some of my ideas today, they've been cool. And I've learnt a bunch as well, so that's good. This has been interesting, I guess. Warhammer Vermintide. Okay. I'm not really up on Warhammer stuff, so yeah. I'm just gonna save wait, I'll wait till that resets. Little GeForce thing, so I can make a GIF later of you all playing, and I'll put it on Twitter and be like, look, it actually kind of works. Alright, so then, first to score 3 is the winner here. And then I'm probably going to go to bed. As much as I'm really liking chatting to you. Oh! Passed. Game ideas are not split between Pong Simple and High Fantasy Open World RPG. They kind of are in some ways, but also not in others. The thing is, with a lot of design ideas and even like development principles and stuff, like how you approach a thing, your perspective is kind of the key. Oh man! Oh, that was a really nice move, Valkyrian! That was nice! Go on, complete it. Complete the run, just like... I'm gonna save that little maneuver that was happening there. That looked really cool. Like, it was a good dodge. Yeah, like, development problems, they're often like a kind of a perspective thing, like what might be nice score might be difficult for someone else, might be really easy for you, like because you approach it in a different way. This music's nice. Okay, yeah, this is cool. This is how I kind of imagined the game going. Some kind of like directed stuff, but also kind of a mess. And a bunch of random junkie in chat. Yuli, you passed it. Why did you pass it? Did you pass it to just like stun Valkyrian, and then you'll rush up and tackle them? Oh, and then the tackle's coming. Zero tackle coming? Ooh, ooh. Strats! Kick it, and score! Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Is this the equalizer? Yuli, what are you doing? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh, there it was, the equalizer. Nice, nice. Okay, match point. I still want to make a game with a lot of lore depth to it, but I haven't been able to do that yet, so I just flirt with making games interestingly ambiguity or dead simple story. Yeah, that's a good way to go. Like, the thing is, I tend to be like someone who can't help but like imagine a bunch of lore and plan it out and stuff. But if I can't express it in the game, I kind of just I have it and kind of stay true to it. Like I do that with the Shall Be Lancing. Like there's this whole story about like a power source that, you know, the country's going to war over, and there's this truce where they can have the tournament, but it's really just a ploy of the Duke, and there's all of this stuff, but none of that's probably going to come up in the game. But at the same time, it's there and it informs like the designs and the locations and stuff. And there it is! There it is! Oh! Kane scores the winning goal! Twisters 3, Riddlers 2! Oh my goodness, it's all over! That was cool. Okay, so I am going to end the stream here, and I'll say thank you very much for dropping by and testing the game for me. Like, I've definitely discovered that it is not perfect, but it has some promise, I think. So yeah, that's cool. So yeah, ending the stream. Are you ready to see like an infinite stream of me? That never gets old. You'd think that would get old, but it doesn't. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. You've been real champs.